Daniel is calling me crying. They don't want me here.
People like Robi, David, Chacha, and Brian, they're cousins of short distance, but me, I'm a bit from another family, another grandfather, another grandmother. So guys, because of family issues.
And I was seriously, there's one lady from America. When I was in Argentina, she sent me $1,000. So, madam, your money has been used.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
And even the time I was in Argentina and you guys sent me money, asked you for court case, your money has been used.
Bombastic side eye.
I took some money from the construction and paid the lawyer.
To all the liars out there, why do you do it? Why do you lie on people's names when there's receipts, proof, timeline, everything? Why? Why do you think that it's okay to sit up here and lie? It doesn't make any sense. It's so sick, it's so twisted, and you do know that it's not real. You're not living in reality if you're just constantly lying to yourself, lying to others. It's not cool. Let the truth set you free, please.
Guys, that is exactly who Brian's grandma is. If you're not aware, she's being dragged from one corner to the other one because of the highlights I hope I've shown. But if I've not, of course, you know I gotcha. That is what I'll be sharing today, the receipts. Of course, Mura Seno came out here with some juice on the live stream because, of course, you know, when they come out here on a live stream, they cannot filter their mouth. And we are going to be talking about that. But before, can we talk about Brian's grandma? Because a lot of people are claiming that she's super ungrateful. Do I agree with that? Yeah. Guys, do I agree with that? Yes, I do. I really do. Because maybe we'll talk about it, guys. But kindly feel free to come to the comment section. Let me know what you think. Because the streets are super crazy at this moment. I don't know when I'll be uploading this one, but this is my opinion. Let me know your opinion in the comment section. Before we continue, kindly like the video and of course come to the comment section. And if this is your first time watching, I have a backup channel which I upload different content. You don't have to like what I upload there. Kindly help me with the sub count so that I can get to 1,000 subscribers. I'll really appreciate. So guys, let's get to the video. The link is in the description box. Maybe I can share the name of the screen. African Village Culinary 1. You can include the 1 so that it can lead you directly to where the channel is. Kindly subscribe. So guys, let's talk about Brian's grandma. So backstory, but I'm very sure that majority of you knows what is happening. But for those of you that might not be aware about what is going on, this is what has been going on. There was a time that Daniel Mwita went to Kisumu, and this is what he said: I'm running because I'm being fought by the family members. Deleted that video. He didn't even give us a chance to react on it. But Daniel Mwita, round of applause for you for coming out here to give us a closure, give us a cup of tea. I really appreciate you for that. And of course, Mura Seno also came out here yesterday on a live stream with a lot to do with Daniel and a lot to do with lying lying to the subscribers, and the fact that majority of them do not even detect the blatant lies. I'm like, oh my god, which world are these people living in? So back to Daniel. This is what Daniel did. Left to Kisumu, came back. The moment he came back to the village, he went to Brian's grandma to hand over everything, because he's like, no, I'm done. I love my life. These people are really fighting me. And of course you're wondering, who are these people? Brian's grandma. I don't know what you think about that, because of course according to me, I'm like, this guy worked at the construction site. He was never paid. I'm getting ahead of myself. The people fighting him, grandma and the two brothers, Robi Africa, I think so. Robi something. I'll share the screenshot out here. And Chacha tells. These are brothers together with their grandmother, Brian's grandmother. Hey, that one will not see any help from majority of the people out here, because I don't know why she feels like Daniel is of no importance, although although she pretended that, no, Brian, because I loved Brian's, but then I don't play with the pretenders, because the moment Daniel arrived at Brian's home, this is what this is how grandma received him, with attitude, very clear attitude, especially if you understand Swahili, very clear attitude. It showed that Brian's grandma was not ready to receive Daniel at the home, inside, because Daniel wanted to hand over the tablet that one of the subscribers bought for Brian, and I think he just wanted to tell grandma that I'm leaving. Of course, as you want, I'm leaving. And grandma was not aware that that is what Daniel wanted to do, but grandma was like, no, I've washed, it's not yet dried up. I know if you've done some cleaning, you don't want people stepping on it before it dries up, but it's about the attitude that grandma was communicating with Daniel, because this is what happened. Let me share the receipts. Be very keen with their body language, grandma's body language, attitude, and what she's saying.
Umeshapiga dust.
Hapa nimeshapiga dust, hata kuna mtu kuingia.
Yes, here with grandma. Gogo, how are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, greet my people, then you continue, because I can see you are busy doing cleaning. Sema wasalimie hivi. Yes, that is grandma. You can see her face changed. She really look beautiful. Sawa, nyumba ikikauka tutaingia.
Yeah, guys, of course, as you saw. No, yes. Brian was like, okay, you can watch it when it's all dried up. We can talk. I can get into the house and then we talk. Brian was like, maybe you can greet people. Guys, we have to be very truthful on these streets, honestly, because initially we would come out here and be like, oh my God, she's elderly, this and that, but this time allow me to be super honest, because don't forget that from the word go, this grandma, from the word go, this grandma was not full of gratitude. I know you're not supposed to be dancing the way this grandma that davyjnr is building a house for is dancing. There is another one. davyjnr picked, together with the audience they are supposed to construct a house for. That one I can say super grateful, and you can tell through the screens that the grandma is very pure-hearted, very happy for other people, smiles, appreciates davyjnr. Of course, we might not know people for sure, but in this case, I'll say, yeah, I think I'll have to say that one. If I get the time, I'll pull the receipts out here. For
the dancing grandma. Right. Apewe pesa zake. Ay. Right. Look, guys. Look, guys. Everybody is happy. I'm so humble. I'm so. Look, guys. Look.
I know they're not supposed to be dancing like that grandma, but you can tell. But when you look at Brian's grandma, she's very selective. From the word go, she was very selective on who she'll open up to, smile, be free, this and that. But something that really shocked me, of course, I don't agree with Marwa on so many things out here, especially when it comes to charity work. Amazing that he comes through for people, but accountability, zero. But in this case, I felt that Brian's grandma was not appreciative at all. Super ungrateful when it comes to Marwa, because if you noticed, from the word go, when Marwa decided to build that home, through the subscribers, of course, Brian's grandma was not laughing. She could not even smile at Brian. Not even Brian, but Marwa. Never. Marwa would even try to light up grandma's mood, but she would never smile at Marwa. But of course, initially we thought that maybe she's not happy, maybe she's depressed, this and that. But no, that is not the case. Because when you see Brian's grandma interacting with Prisca Sagati, another character that I think contributed to Daniel's being kicked out. Yeah, I really do. Because there is a video that I saw Sagati talking to Daniel. I've tried to go through YouTube to look for it. I could not get it. I might even delay uploading this video so that I can get that receipt. But I remember when I was watching, I was like, Prisca Sagati, why are you so mean to Daniel? And of course, I love that majority of the people in the comment section, Daniel's comment section are suspecting that Sagati could be one of them. Because of course, you can see how they treat each other on camera. You can tell easily. You can easily tell that Sagati was very negative towards Daniel. So, coming back to what I was saying, when you look at how that grandma interacted with Mura Seno, when you look at how she would interact with Mura Seno, she was not smiling. She was not smiling. But when you compare to how she interacted with some of the grandsons, with Prisca Sagati, there is even a video that I did a reaction on. She was dancing, happy, smiling. You will not even believe that it's the same grandma that appears on Mura's video. Very clear contrast. So what am I trying to say? I believe that that grandma is very ungrateful. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. Of course, come to the comment section. Let me know what you think about my reaction, your point of view, your thoughts, and of course, I'm always in the comment section interacting with you. So of course, you saw the receipt that I showed where grandma was very, very mean towards Daniel. And Daniel noticed that, oh my God, I'm not welcomed. Of course, he knew. Daniel went by, planted some trees, of course, content here and there, went back, called Brian's grandma. And I love that he confronted her on camera, a pretender for that case, because the way that grandma interacted with Daniel initially is not the same way that she interacted with Daniel once she realized that she was being filmed and Daniel was not playing. So this is what happened. I'll share some of the receipts. Daniel presented the tablet because she told her that I'm not coming back out here because you guys decided that I should not even feature. I should never be around this compound. Here is the tablet, and proceeded to confront what happened. Told grandma that I heard that you're not comfortable with my presence out here, and that is why I decided to leave. Guess what grandma said? Okay, you can leave. She was very clear about that. I want you out. Yes, you can leave, but just know that I didn't chase you. Whatever you heard is rumors, lies. I didn't chase you. When you go, just know that you're the one that chased yourself out. You understand? So, personally, I believe Daniel 100%. Of course, that grandma had to come out here and pretend to the audience that, no, I didn't kick him out, but I want him out for whatever reason. Let me play that receipt.
Because I've been told that even her, she's not feeling comfortable to be with me. No matter I've been helping her, no matter what have been happening, but she is not comfortable to be with me. Maybe I don't know how did she handle huko. Nasikia wanasema eti mimi na kutukana kwa mitandao. Mimi naongea vibaya kuhusu. Sasa mimi kuna habari kama hiyo. Sababu mzungu mmoja amenipigia. Akaniambia kuna rafiki yake ameongea na wewe. Akasema sikia tulia. Akaniambia ameongea na wewe. Si umesema bata ameongea na wewe. Akakuuliza uko comfortable kuishi na yule kijana hapo. Ukamwambia hata wewe hauko comfortable kuishi na mimi. Haya sasa tunaanza niongee sasa. Alafu pia akasema maybe eti reaction naona kama ni kweli kwa sababu hata nikijaribu kukuchukua picha video una dodge yani unatoroka. Sasa ndio maana maybe comfortable. Sasa ndio nikaambiwa na
yeah, Daniel told people that it's family issues. Of course, he didn't go deep, but I remember the video that he deleted. He had come out here to say that the two brothers, Chacha and Robi, were the ones that kicked him out. And it would make sense if these two brothers wanted grandma to be by herself, enjoy her privacy. It would make sense. But for me to see the same culprits, Robi and Chacha, around the compound, around the home, I'm like, why? It doesn't make sense. Because it's clear that you didn't want grandma to enjoy her space. You just didn't want Daniel around there.
Woko.
Sasa wewe nda, lakini usiseme eti mimi ndio nimekutoa hapa ama nini na nini. Mimi sina ubaya na wewe juu umenisimamia kwa maneno ya Brian na niliona ni vizuri umenifanyia. Si mimi nimekutoa. Wewe mwenyewe umeamua.
Daniel told grandma that I'll not be around, I'm leaving. Confronted whatever he heard about what grandma said. I believe that is what she said, because of course of what I've shared, that it was very clear of who she liked or tolerated and who she did not. She could not smile at Brian, same to Marwa. Very ridiculous, because these are the people that made it possible. Of course, through their influence. But of course, for that grandma to treat these two like they are forcing their way in to construct that house is super ridiculous.
So guys, that is it. I've already handed over it to grandma, and now what brought me here is I'm going to also hand over this house, especially I'm going to hand over it to grandma for good, because I'm now heading to my place, my backyard where I came from. Because you know guys, here and the great grandfather, my grandfather, and the grandfather with the husband of grandma, they are brothers. So it means that people like Robi, David, Chacha Tails, and Brian, they are cousins of short distance. But me, I'm a bit from another family, another grandfather, another grandmother. So guys, because of family issues, please forgive me. The people that are watching this video, forgive me. I am not going to stay in this house.
I like Daniel for that matter. Like, don't let someone think that you're not aware of what is going on. You understand? Okay, sometimes being silent is very important. It depends on the situation, but in this situation, I love that he made sure that grandma knew, that everyone knew, so that you don't come out here and pretend. Anyway, some people claim that it's family matters, let people do what they want to do, let them solve in private. I'm like, okay, whatever, but of course we have to come out here and give our unsolicited advice or unsolicited reactions. Now, let's go to Mura Seno, because Mura Seno said that there was a time that Daniel called him crying that Chacha Tails and Robi do not want him around that compound. And anyway, I understand that some people would be like, and why does he want to be around there? Number one, he was told to be there to help grandma. And I remember that he was hesitant initially. No, I cannot stay here because of this and that. But Marwa forced him. And he was like, yes. I believe he's even the one that installed the Wi-Fi. Someone even sent some money so that he can invest in chicken farming together with grandma. The drama, guys. And Mura Seno was like, he called me crying that the two cousins do not want him around.
Guys, there's a lot that is going on, and today I'll tell you a little bit, okay? A lot is going on. I'll tell you a little bit. And there's another guy called Daniel. We worked with him. He's having a lot of problems. There is infight between him and his cousins and his families. Daniel is calling me crying. They don't want me here. So I told Daniel, look, Daniel, today, Daniel, what you can do is project. I'll bring you one tip of stone there. I will take a tip of stone. Those who want to die.
And this is what Marwa advised Daniel Mwita. Okay, just go by your business, start your own project, and I'll support you with one tip. And of course, I'm like, yeah, of course you have the money. You stole from that project. It's not an allegation. You came out here and said that you took from the project to pay your personal needs. And of course, is it not sad that Daniel Mwita did not receive a cent from the almost 1 month work that he did there. And of course, we were out here and we were like, Brian, no, Daniel, can you upload every single day as much as you can? Because once everything is said and done, you will know that you don't know. But Daniel was being humble, listening to Mura Seno, not bothered to do whatever he can do to milk from the situation. I think he didn't even have the luck because, of course, you know, the channels have not been monetized, regardless of the number of views that he has been getting. I don't know if it's about monetization or is it about the bank details because of the PIN. I don't know, but whatever. I'm just saying that Mura Seno advised him to start his own projects, which I believe it is the best advice because at the end of the day, he could not stay at that grandma's home forever. And of course, talking about that, Daniel took the audience to his home. And of course, let me call him out in one thing. He has always come out here to tell people that he's an orphan. He's not, because he said that the dad passed on, may he rest in peace, but the mom got remarried. That does not make you an orphan, Daniel. I'm not so sure according to me because I'm like, does it mean that when you go to your mom, she will not welcome you? Are you not in contact with her? Or anyway, let me not get deep into that, but I'm just like, I think people take these terms very lightly. Let me know what you think about that. Anyway, that is a non-issue. Let's come back to Daniel taking the audience to his home. It was a very sad state, honestly, because he was left alone when the dad passed on and the mom got remarried. He was left alone. He could not live there by himself because of loneliness. He's still young. He's 19 years. And of course, we don't know when all these happened. Maybe he was even 15 or something. He went to live with the cousin. So that was so sad, honestly, to watch.
So guys, imagine these old houses. I couldn't manage to live inside here. Guys, I couldn't manage because I was left alone actually. Yes, after my father passed away, my mother decided to got married. I was not able to manage to live in this home alone. Because guys, you can see no light, no source of light, it's just darkness. Yes, darkness at night. You can feel how could it be, guys, when it is at night and you are alone over here. How could you manage to live?
And for him to be in that state, and Mura Seno went to his home. Mura Seno came out here and told us that the background of Daniel is very, very sad. But Marwa, you still didn't find the need in you to pay him for what he was doing. But Marwa, you'll be going to the Nyabwanze border or something and be giving people some free money when there are people who are working there for free. There's even a receipt that I realized I didn't play yesterday where there is someone that is working as a watchman at that grandma's compound and is not being paid. And Mura Seno will be dishing people some free money, telling Mwita to write down a miscellaneous of 150,000. Like you'll use 150 for miscellaneous. Of course, we know that is not the case. But of course, to see such big figures being misappropriated when there are some people who are working and are not being paid. We have the likes of Daniel Mwita, and someone that is dependent on himself, very poor background. But Marwa, you cannot compensate them. Anyways, enough of the background. If I get the time, I'll play out here. And let's come back to Marwa. So, Marwa promised a tipper of sand. I don't know if that will be happening because, of course, Marwa nowadays promises things that he cannot fulfill. You remember when he was Argentina, begged for people to donate towards the lawyers, got the money, but came to Brian's grandma's, funds that were donated, and I used the construction funds to pay the lawyers. Guess what he said yesterday? Oh guys, if you donated, I used because I've taken someone to court. Talking about I'll talk about it in the next video, but I just want to highlight the lie. Because Marwa, did you forget that you just came out and told people that you used the construction money to pay the lawyer? And your people, I don't know, I want to call them very slow and dumb, but I don't want at the same time, because it's not all of them. Not all of them. Because I didn't see anyone question him. How? When you used grandma's money. Yeah, that is what he said. I hope I'll get the receipt to play. I should play that receipt.
There's one lady from America. When I was in Argentina, she sent me $1,000. And she told me, Marwa, I want to see people jailed. Because honestly, people have misused your name. People have abused you. People, they have even threatened you on video. They want to kill you. So, madam, your money has been used. And even the time I was in Argentina and you guys sent me money, asked you for court case, your money has been used. I can take a little longer to do that, because sometimes people want that when they send money, you do the job right now. But things like court cases, those are things that you go slow. You have to build up a case. You have to have evidence, not just evidence, enough evidence that you know if you step in that court, you are not just guessing.
Oh, guys, you know, people expect that when you collect money from the public, you're supposed to utilize it immediately. But just so you know, I've spent the money that you donated to go towards my legal fees. A millionaire importing Appaloosa horses from South Africa, begging for lawyer fees, begging for solar panel funds, begging and begging so that he can live a luxurious life together with the parasite. And the donors not having a problem with that. And you can clearly see that that village is so behind when it comes to basic needs, but you decide to spend your money on Mura Seno, someone that earns 10 times more than you, and you want to come to our comment section and argue with us.
But one thing I can tell you is, even I've spent money that some of you have sent to my own child here, and also I spent some little money to pay the lawyer. I was attacked in this same construction here, so I took some money from the construction and paid the lawyer, but it's not so much. And because during the time I was doing this construction, that's when I was attacked. So, and also, you know, it's just not the lawyer. It's a whole legal process, you know.
That's why sometimes I just ignore them. Unless when we are so busy, the streets are super busy. That is when I can be like, no, I don't have your time today. Otherwise, I do not engage with those people. Like, what do you have to tell me? When you're an idiot, you take your money, you're suffering, and you give someone that is living a luxury life, and you think that I'll come out here and engage with you. Your IQ is terrible. I'm sorry, just being honest, guys, because I'm like, what? What in the nonsense is that? What is it? So, guys, Mura Seno has come out here to tell people that I used the money. We all know that he didn't. He used the construction money. When it comes to Mwita's, just a conclusion, Daniel Mwita, it's so sad that he was not paid. When these two culprits, Chacha and the brother, were paid, yeah, they were. They were being compensated here and there for the work that they did. They appeared from nowhere. When Daniel Mwita was there from the word go, working for free. When that grandma was suffering, I don't know if that is the case, because for someone that has been suffering and people come through to help you, you should be full of gratitude. You should not even have the audacity to be kicking out someone that supported you without pay. So anyway, I'll not be able to judge that, but coming back to my statement, for grandma to kick out Daniel, that is, according to me, I feel like she's very ungrateful, so full of herself, very mean, because she could have done that without involving a lot of people. Because according to me, I believe the brothers were there, clearly mentioned, grandmother, and Sagati. When you go to Daniel Mwita's comment section, Sagati is being mentioned. That lady that pretends to be furnishing the house, shopping for grandma. Yeah, very much, because of course we know all these people, the brother Sagati, they are all there for content. Of course, probably they were jealous about Daniel because he was getting almost performing just like the other big YouTubers. 17,000 views, 20, at some point 30,000 views. And of course, we know Sagati will not be happy about that because Sagati is now shining because she's pushing herself very close to grandma. And don't forget that Sagati never worked at that construction. She just came there for content. Cooking for the workers, that is content. Because people that do cooking videos, they buy the food, they go to a family or something and cook using their money. So Sagati was there for content. She even benefited by receiving donations from the donors so that she can furnish, she can shop for grandma. So if there is someone that is at a loss of that saga, scripted saga, is Daniel Mwita, because the two cousins, Chacha Tails and the brother, benefiting when they didn't do anything to deserve it. Sagati, the same. Opportunists. Mura Seno, the same. So it's so sad that, and I've always said, when you're in something in that village, especially when Mura is involved, Mura Seno is not loyal to anyone. So guys, when you're partaking in their projects, make sure that you're benefiting, make sure that you create as much content as possible, make sure that you're paid for the work done. Because if you do not, whatever happened to Daniel will happen to you. How many times have we seen Marwa coming out here to cancel people? How many times have we seen that? You remember during the 30-day party, everyone flocked in that villa, worked for free. The parasite from nowhere appeared, kicked people out, and made sure that she deplatformed the people that were SL, AV, ES at that villa. And Mura Seno did not stand up. Mura Seno did not stand up as a son of the soil, as someone that understands that those people worked for him for free. As someone that was supposed to understand the story, he did not stand up to tell Madam P that you cannot do this. These people worked for me for free. I did not pay them. He didn't. Because at the end of the day, Marwa cares about himself and himself alone. You're on your own. Once he's done using you, that is it. So I hope people learn from this, and I'm talking about Nyaboanze villagers. I hope they learn from this. Look at what happened to Nasto. Nasto just went to that construction with 3 bags of cement, made a kill out of it, created an image of himself. I support Mura Seno. You see, I even took some cement for him, and that was it. But for Daniel, you worked your nyash off, shown the finger by everyone. I understand that the advice that Mura Seno gave him is very valid, because I'm like, okay, do your projects, you'll benefit. If people come through for you, they construct a home for you, you'll have benefited much more than any other person. I don't know if that will happen, because we know Mura's fans, once everything is said and done, they leave. Unless Marwa will be at the center of Daniel's construction home, because he wants to construct his own home. Unless Mura will center himself at that project, that is when you will see his people supporting. Otherwise, that will not happen. Although the same people are like, oh, Daniel, we are here for you, blah, blah, blah. Time will tell. So, these people, I'm telling you, no one cares. So I was saying that Nasto came, took advantage of the situation, 3 bags of cement, got a name out of it, got the views, and bounced. Who else? Same to Mayugno. Mayugno came to the construction site, worked. Yeah, we saw him working, but not as much to deserve what he got from it. Because Mura Seno bought more than 200 bags of cement, using the construction money to gift Mayugno 2,000 USD. Who gets paid that amount? Simply because he's a mason that worked for less than 2 weeks. You see? Hey. But of course, when you come out and tell these people, when it's still early, they'll not listen. They're like, oh my God, they're heroes. They're like, oh my God, these people are heroes, reactors, negative, bad mind, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look at you. I'm not laughing at Daniel. I really sympathize with him because he's very young, 19, super young. Not even in his 20s, very young, and I really hope that people come through for him. Of course, I'm not saying that he's a saint. We don't know what really triggered people to react this way. And I'm talking about grandma. And of course, I'm not ruling out that maybe they just was like, let's get rid of him. Maybe they were like, maybe grandma was like, is he giving me any gifts, any donations, the way Sagati is doing, forgetting that Sagati is not using her own money. She's getting from the donors. You never know. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you cannot compare Daniel with any other person in that place. I believe that probably is the youngest and didn't get anything from the project as compared to the other opportunists. Just saying. So guys, that was it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your presence. If this is your first time, kindly subscribe and turn the notification bell on. But if you're one of us, thank you so much for subscribing. Come to the comment section, let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to my other channel, African Village Culinary. I'm not so sure if that is what I'll be pushing on that space. I'm still thinking. But then I woke up in the morning and I was like, should I just wake up, because I'm kinda free from work these days, and I'm like, should I just wake up? I will see. I'm learning, guys. You're not supposed to say your next move, and that's what I'm doing. Oh my god, I'm doing too much. It's time for me to leave. Maybe I might come back later, because of course when the streets are busy, we show up. When it's silent, we get busy with some other work out here. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace.